Hey guys, Alex here. In this video, we will be looking at the best companies to work for if you are a machine learning engineer or researcher in AI. This list is highly subjective based on compensation, prestige, perception, and real engineer experiences. It's sourced from a public GitHub repo with over 100 stars, link in the description. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, on number 10, we got Runway ML, on average paying their ML engineers north of $300K a year. This company has notoriously hard interviews. They are a big player in the image/video space. They got big clusters of GPUs, hence their engineers work constantly on the most cutting-edge technology. The company culture is known for being extremely innovation-focused, with engineers having significant autonomy to experiment and push boundaries. They've raised over $200 million in funding and are backed by top VCs, so they have the resources to compete with the tech giants. Their tools are being used by Hollywood studios, independent filmmakers, and creative professionals worldwide. Number 9 is xAI. Now, one might wonder why xAI is so low, especially since not long ago, Grok 4 was considered the best foundational model in the world. The problem with this one is pay and general company view. xAI ML engineers expect compensation north of $400,000 a year. However, the work conditions are far tougher under Musk, employees reportedly being forced to declare on paper their daily and weekly activity to management. This type of supervision and work culture is not necessarily needed to be the best of the best, and many top scientists would not sit well with these policies. Meta, Nvidia, OpenAI, and Google daily work routines are far more reasonable, and they achieve similar breakthroughs. That said, xAI remains an incredible opportunity for many engineers. You're working on genuinely cutting-edge foundational models with access to massive compute resources, like the 200,000 GPU cluster called Colossus. The company also has its own in-house data labeling team that recruits top professionals. For engineers who thrive in high-pressure environments and want to be part of building an AI assistant that's integrated into one of the world's largest social platforms, xAI offers a unique opportunity. Number 8 and 7 are two hedge fund titans, Two Sigma and Citadel Securities. Here, ML means money. Think trading algos or market understanding algos, not chatbots. Engineers make over $400,000 with upside into the millions for strong strategies. You may wonder why I put only these two hedge funds on the list. This is because these two are the only ones constantly and actively hiring on the ML engineering side. The other hedge funds have ML teams, but they seem to be more stealth with it. Fun fact, hedge funds buy almost as many GPUs as the tech giants, but they don't tell you that. Netflix is known to pay top dollar to its engineers. Not only that, but they also pay the compensation in full cash, rarely giving out stock. Speaking of which, their stock has been doing amazing the past 3 years. Netflix engineers expect to make from $500K or $600K per year on average, and their ML work largely focuses on recommendation systems and personalization. While you won't be working in building foundational language models here, this is one of the biggest media companies out there with unique challenges in machine learning and scalability. On number 5, we got Google. Some of you might be surprised why Google is so low on the list. They were the OG of AI in the last 10 to 15 years after all. From solving Go and chess with reinforcement learning to solving complex STEM challenges with AlphaFold and AlphaProof, to inventing the transformers themselves in 2017 and releasing one of the best foundational models with Gemini 2.5 Pro, Google has always been the top of the AI game. Combined with a really good work-life balance amongst the years and fantastic benefits, this has been a top place to work for. The reason it scales at number 5, though, is because the next 4 companies are really that much more cracked, with enormous levels of compensation compared to the Google averages. Nvidia is exactly one of those cracked companies. 78% of all Nvidia employees are millionaires thanks to the stock appreciation, and roughly half of those have a net worth over 25 million. Nvidia's stock just did too well in the past years not to include it on this list and facilitated all the AI work for the foundational models through the hardware. Nvidia has plenty of ML work on the software side though, for various optimizations like Triton or Nvidia Omniverse and Nvidia Dynamo. Work here is very interesting. Bronze medal goes to Anthropic. We are getting into the territory of million-dollar average compensation. Anthropic was and still is the main rival of OpenAI. Their models are specifically exceptional at coding and won over the engineers' hearts. Claude 4.1 Opus is a real powerhouse. The interview experience is lengthy, and you would be even lucky to have an initial one to begin with. These last companies are really looking only for the best talent out there. At number 2 is the company that started it all, OpenAI. GPT-3 launched the LLM era. That's why we are placing OpenAI higher on the list. They were the first ones to do it, and they got early player prestige. With average compensation of over $900K a year for ML engineers, this company needs no introduction. The only concern is that their magic may be fading away. OpenAI might have hit a plateau, since GPT-5 is not much better than previous models like o1 or o3, and it received big backlash from the users. but this argument may be valid for any foundational model company. And at number 1, Meta. Why? Insane compensation. They introduced some crazy, never-seen-before levels for engineers. We're talking $200 million a year in just salary and stock. Sure, that's not helping the average Joe at Meta, but the average comp is still wildly skewed because of this. Whatever you think of Zuck, this place is now a goldmine for ML talent, and llama models may become the biggest players soon. If anything, those companies are and will remain titans. As for NeuroPrep, we'll make it there someday. Until then, subscribe to keep in touch, and let us know what's your dream company to work at.